Cornish, Maine. Cornish, Maine is definitely one of the most interesting areas because it's very big and spread out and very rural. There's some of the towns like Denmark, Maine. I love Denmark, Maine. It's in the middle of nowhere and dirt roads to get there and all these things, but there's people that are amazing. But you go from the small town that doesn't really have any stores to just a little bit to the west. You cross over into New Hampshire and you got Conway and North Conway, and you have ski resorts and shopping malls and outlets, and there's the cultural differences within the area were just like huge. I'd say it's really cool because we were there and it was wintertime and it got really cold, and it was amazing to see the people there and like how much they actually cared about Christmas, because the snowstorms were so bad during Christmas that all the churches actually, like, they told their people that it's so bad, don't come in. And so the town right next to Cornish, Parsonsfield, the church there in the town square invited everyone to come to their Christmas service. They're like, we don't care if you're Catholic, Methodist, Baptist, Mormon, whatever it is, come to our Christmas service. And we were so far away, we weren't able to make it there. But like the members who were in the town went there, and they told us like it's amazing, because it's like for a day, we put all of our differences aside, and we just recognized, we worship the same Jesus Christ, we worship the same God, and we're going to celebrate together. And that was something that was really cool about Cornish, Maine, was to see some of that friendliness right there. So it was just cool. I'd say that one of the other things was really interesting is serving a little bit in New Hampshire, because the part of New Hampshire we had was a resort town, which definitely made it very interesting, because we'd go up there and we'd be walking around in our Sunday clothes, and we'd actually have members be like, "Hey, it's the missionaries!" I'm like, this is the first time on my mission anyone's actually recognized us as missionaries. And it was really cool because we knew that the seeds we were planting up there, we weren't going to see them harvested, because when you're teaching people who are on vacation or who are just visiting an area short term, they're not really going to listen to kind of gospel, get baptized, and do all those things that you're going to see. But we wanted to try to make our presence known and be seen, so that way next time they saw them, whether it was in Florida or Alaska or wherever these people were from, that they would then be like, "Hey, I've seen the missionaries before. Yeah, they held the door open for me when I was going into Walmart," or whatever it may have been. And it was really cool because it was a different approach to missionary work. Because I just come from Gardner, where we covered 5 towns, to Cornish, where we covered, I think it was almost 20 towns. And so it was a huge change in area. But it was amazing because the people there were so good. There's like a bunch of apple orchards, and the people who'd run them were nice. And like one lady's like, "Here, can you get your youth to come up to my apple orchard and pick apples to then donate to the food bank?" And we're just like, who does that these days? Who actually cares enough to act, to try to help people? And it was amazing to see people in New England, especially in Cornish, who'd go out of their way to make sure the missionaries were okay. And that was something that really struck me in Cornish, was how much the members cared. I don't know, it's really interesting because we cover from the super forested areas where, the people, some of them are loggers and some of them doing these things, to the resort town up in the north, to on the eastern edge of our area. We were on the edge of Portland, which is the biggest city in our mission. And Portland, people there, most of the people there would work in Portland, and so they were like really busy with city life. And so it's crazy to see everyone coming together at church. Everyone from the bishop who worked with computers to the young men's president who did all sorts of stuff with his hands, and you have all these different people all coming together. I mean, you're like, holy cow, it's an amazing cross section of people, which is what really struck me about Cornish, was it wasn't just one type of people. It wasn't like, hey, we all work in the health industry. It was people from all different walks of life. You had people who were very rich and employed multiple members, to members who were very poor, and the members would constantly be picking you up like, hey, we're going to go over to her house and stack firewood for her. She doesn't know that we're coming, but she'll be cold unless we do this. And so it was amazing to see these people reach out, and to have the cross section of having dinner in someone's mansion on the lakeside to having lunch in a cottage in the mountainside where there's no running water or electricity. in the same area. It was an amazing cross section of people.